Unboxing time. Have Akimbo Exquisite Timepieces watch rolls. Let's dig in. What did Tyler send me from their massive, over 60 brands they're authorized? We have one watch over here. Hopefully we have 3 watches over there. I think I picked most of these with Tyler, but sometimes my memory fails me. This is a fairly new release from Doxa. I believe this is the sub 750. Still looking for that unpaid intern to unwrap these watches. I feel something. Have a little bit of fingernail there, I think. It's right there. They use really thick wrapping too on this particular watch. Some of their watches, this is like probably a Doxa wrap, but some of their watches at Exquisite, they wrap with stuff closer to the thickness of the stuff I use, and that stuff's really hard. So this is the sub 750 Shark Hunter. This is a little bit bigger watch. Now I have a sub 300, so when I do the video of this, I'll be able to show it side by side. But if you have a bigger wrist, or maybe you just like larger watches. Also, when you buy a watch from Exquisite Timepieces, make sure you ask for one of these microfiber cloths. I have them like all over the place. They're freaking awesome. Hey, Exquisite, I didn't do that. That thing came undone. I promise. I didn't do that. It's on video. It just fell off. So, anyway, that's the Doxa sub. All right, let's see what's in this roll. We have 3 watches over here. I've been patiently waiting for this one, as you guys probably have as well. This is on the more affordable side of things for sure. With the, I got that dinging thing going. I gotta turn that off. From Seiko, this is their 3-day power reserve speed timer. Very cool model from the brand. I think this is a smash hit. This is going to be one to pick up for sure. It's under $1,000, so definitely check that out. Full video on that soon. Then we have, I'm going to save that one for last. We're going to do the Squale next. Again, this is a model I've been trying to get onto the show for a while. It's just a little bit different case than, the 1545 or the 1521. I think this is definitely one to look at. I don't even know what the case number is on this one, to be honest with you, but it's definitely more vintage charm. I think, what do they call this one? Can I read? The 2001? Is that right? I don't know. It's definitely got a more unique case shape. I mean, so does the 1521, but super cool. Love what Squale's doing. Tyler and Evan, I think, were at Wind Up New York with Squale. So if you were at the New York Wind Up Watch Fair, you probably met them or seen them, and you didn't realize who you were talking to potentially. But yeah, you were talking to Tyler and Evan with the Doxa rep there. So very cool brand. They're still independent and they have a ton of history. So now this is another one. I was able to check this particular model out in one of my travels. I think I was in Vegas or something, and I knew then. I'm like, I can't wait till Exquisite gets this sent over to me, and I can struggle with the plastic on camera so everybody can, make fun of me. Are you kidding me? This one's really wrapped up. This is a really cool Omega, and I wish I could show you it better, and I will when I do the video, because I'll take this plastic off. I just have to find out where the heck the edge is. This one's like really taped up, so I don't know. I think they're sabotaging me over at Exquisite. Maybe somebody at Exquisite takes joy, there we go, I found it, in my struggles with this plastic endeavor. So there it is. This is, just something a little bit different from the Speedmaster lineup. Very cool configuration. It doesn't have the lyre lugs. Typically, when I gravitate towards Omega, I like the lyre lugs. But I just like the vintage charm of this one. Kind of really, it speaks to me, just like the Longines Big Eye does. This thing kind of does it at that same level. So really cool watch. Not super thick. It's not a massive, chunky watch. Which is weird that you almost have to go to some of the more chronograph watches in the Omega lineup to achieve a more reasonably sized watch. Their divers are just huge. So I think we have 3 really good smaller watches or reasonably sized watches for most people. And then we have the Chunky Beast from Doxa, which is, a fairly new offering. They went to the 250, so you have the smaller one. And then you always had that Goldilocks, the 300, and now we have the 750. So we have the big one. So that's the 4 watches from Exquisite Timepieces. Naples, Florida is where the brick and mortar is. I'll put a link to their website in the description, as well as direct contact information to get a hold of Tyler, my contact there. Tell him I sent you for the best deal possible. See you guys in the next vid.